So for example, I'll buy these maps. 7.1 solo dungeons. Let's say I buy 3. So I have 3 maps, I use one. Sends me here. I will go to that exit that's marked. Take this blue shrine. Mount up, zone out. The blue shrine gives you 2 minutes of invisibility. You can see top left. If you have your silence sign and a shield around you, that means you are completely invisible and invincible. No one can see you or damage you. Here's my dungeon. This is pretty scary spot. You can see there's a red above me with if you have a red exclamation point blinking. So someone saw me enter. So basically I have a shield and I have a debuff from the shield. Oh, hello buddy. Alrighty then. We got ourselves a red. So the plan here is to just tank the dumbass until my debuff is done. Allow him to waste everything. Just waiting on debuff here. If my debuff doesn't make it, I'll just zone out. But as you can see, this guy cannot aim. So I'm waiting on my bubble. There's his friend. Oh dear god, this might be problematic. Oh, yeah, we're zoning out. So it's too dangerous to do this, I just zone out. If there's reds on the other side, I'm fucked. Looks like there is not. I'm just walking back to the city. What do we got? Okay, that's fine. We fight back. That is completely fine. Now we pop boots. Because they both tag me, I do not get outlaw here. I get a bubble and I'm gone. So this is a prime example of how to handle a situation. You basically stall for time in a dungeon. If, let's say, a second guy zones in, that means the dungeon divers are pretty much all inside the dungeon. If you cannot tank that damage, you just zone out. Now, if they come after you, you can't mount up, right? They come after you. You just keep walking. Make sure both hit you, so when you tag them back, you don't get outlaw. That way you can zone back into city with the shield. That happens usually next to town. See, like I was 2 screens away from the entrance. So in this case, I am fine. It was completely fine. And we go again, right? Pop a map. Spawned a bit further away from the entrance, which is nice. We invis again, and we go. The divers are pretty rare. I was a dumbass because I zoned in while there was a marker above my head saying there's reds around me. So let's say I'm dismount here. You can see a marker above my head. It's a red blinking thingy. So when you see that, just don't enter a dungeon. Alright, so this time we'll be a bit more careful. Spawn a dungeon. The dungeon only spawns when you step close to it. So let's say I stepped, it spawned now. If the dungeon has butterflies, it's yours, and no one has entered. As long as this dungeon has butterflies, it means it's fresh, and no one has entered it. If you stepped up to your dungeon and there is no butterflies on it, it means someone's inside. I would recommend just going back and not contesting it. So let's say I'm here. My invis is about to run it in 15 seconds. I'll just scout around, no one around. Click once, zone it. Alright. First time you click, you will leash your invisibility. Second time you click, you will enter the dungeon. So there we go. Again, we have a debuff. So we'll wait for the debuff to go away. It's a shield mechanic. It's just like once you learn it once, you're good for a while. There we go. Debuff's done. That means if I zone out now, I will get a shield. That also means if anyone dives me now, I can just walk outside. I'm safe. I have a shield. I mount up and I'm gone. Usually after your debuff ends, Within the next 30 seconds, the dungeon's gonna close. As you can see, I'll get a notification here soon. And notification in system chat. It's gonna say like the dungeon has closed, no one else can enter. There we go. The entrance to this dungeon has closed and no more players can enter. That means you're completely safe, you can start clearing. Alright, so now I'll just A out. And since I have another map, I'll just pop the next one. If you're not confident of chaining two maps back to back, you can always do 1 R back, 1 R back. But since I don't like R'ing back too often, I just use this. And I go to the exit northwest. Let's say there's a core popping in a minute next to your dungeon. You probably wanna like stay and wait for the core to pop before you go for the dungeon. Because there will be people camping that core, and if you spawn a dungeon next to them, they'll just stare at it, wait for you to enter. You don't want that, so if the core is 1 minute remaining, just wait for it to spawn, wait for it to get dragged, and then zone in. There we go. Now we're done with dungeons. We A out. We have no more maps, and we got 760k from 3 maps, I think, or 2 maps. I'm not sure. So we A out. We're outside. There's a dumbass clearing. Okay. There was a free kill, but whatever. We mount up, and now we shake this guy off first. We don't want him on our screen. Get him away. There we go. Now we are back. Right? Journey back. There's no point in running back. You don't want to get ganked. First things first. When you are back, check your inventory for maps. These maps will make your R-back price way more expensive. Right now it's 82k. If I trash this, it's gonna be 70,000, 50,000, 60,000. So that map was worth 12k. When I removed it, I lost 22,000 in R-back cost. Now it's only 60k. I can R-back. So any like shitter maps, 7 flat, 7-1, 8 flat, even 8-1, you can probably trash if you're not next to town. If the map is 8.3 or like 7.3, that might be worth selling. So if you're confident in running back, risking your set, instead of trashing it, just run back, don't R back, because you will lose money. On the exit, you always take invisibility. Mount up, zone out. When you're running to the dungeon, right click. Do not left click. Right click to move. Because if you left click on a tree or a body, you lose invis, and that's very risky. So always right click. You can hold right click. You can num lock to auto move as well. And just go for the dungeon. Click on it once, click on it twice, you're zoning in. Check your edges for reds. There's no reds, you're good. That's it. Now you have a shield debuff, as you can see. If you zone out with this debuff, you don't get a shield outside. There we go, debuff lost. Now if anyone zones in, you're completely safe. You just zone out and mount up and go. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, we got one. Holy shit. Yeah, so since this guy is chosen to zone in, he will attack me, so he has friends outside. He wants to fight me, right? He's popped everything, man. We zone out. There's his friends. You have a shield. You probably don't want to go southwest. You go northeast. That's a carving wasted. He doesn't have a W. That's a catch missed as well. And you're good to go. Easy. GG. Pop another one. Spawn southeast. That's good. We go. Dude, people diving today. Holy shit, that's like a second time. In like 70 maps, I've gotten dove like once. But today I've gotten dove twice. That's a catch, man. Holy shit. That's another ganker right there. I just won't risk it. He's trying to cut me off, so I'll just go to this corner and get the fuck out. Fuck that shit. I'm just starting back. So that's 3 maps wasted, but it doesn't matter because your set is safe. Your set is probably like 500k. There's the group again. Like, I swear they have a radar or some shit. There's no way. Anyways, even with radar, people cannot catch you if you're playing safe.